Hey YouTube, so a little life update. I don't know if you know this, but I am missing a tooth and it's one of my front teeth. It's this one right here. And also this one over here is what's called a peg lateral. So it like grew in like a little peg, I guess you could say. It's built up, so that's why it looks a little discolored. And then this tooth, it never grew in when I was little. So, or I guess when I lost the baby tooth, a new tooth was not there to replace it. So what ended up happening was this tooth grew in this spot, and then I had the baby tooth here. So in 2014, when I got my braces on, the first thing they started to do was they pulled that baby tooth, the canine baby tooth, and they moved this tooth out of this spot into this spot. So then I was left with a weird little gap right there, and then eventually I got like a little fake tooth that was attached to my braces. And then when I got my braces off, I was without a tooth for a little while, which was fine. And then I got a flipper is what it's called. So I currently wear a flipper. Here, I'll take it out. It looks like this. It is attached to a little retainer. And yeah, this is my smile. So in order to get rid of the flipper, I have to get what's called an implant. So basically, if you don't know what an implant is, it's almost like they put a socket or a screw in, and then they screw it in, and then they attach a tooth to that. So it's a surgery, and you have to wait until you're fully grown to do it. So I went into the oral surgeon. Well, actually, my dentist a couple weeks ago told me that it's likely, he took x-rays and he's like, it doesn't look like you have enough room for an implant. And so I went to the orthodontist, and he was like, well, before you got your braces off, you had plenty of room. So they need enough room to be able to put that socket in. And I think the socket requires like 5 millimeters of space or something like that. So I'm not using the correct terminology at all, but this is rough. So anyway, so then he was like, why don't you go to the oral surgeon and have them take a CT, so that way they can see exactly how much room you have and we can go from there. So today I had my oral surgery appointment, and they took a CT and they compared it to the CT that I had taken right before I got my braces off. So I will add little pictures of those in a second. So the CT that I got taken now, I have 2.9 millimeters of space, and I needed 5 millimeters of space. So quite unfortunate. And before I got my braces off, I had 6.6 millimeters of space. So what happened was this tooth shifted like this, and that root went into that space, and then this tooth also shifted a little bit. So basically, I never wore my retainer, which was awful. I wore it for a while, and then I stopped wearing it because it was like 5 years. No, 3 years? 4 years? I don't know. I got my braces off in 2016. I wore it like religiously, my retainer religiously, for like a year, and then I didn't really wear it, and huge mistake on me, but whatever. I did wear it for a couple weeks straight to try to get my teeth to go back in the right place, but they didn't, obviously, because I don't have enough room. So then after the oral surgeon today, I went to today's Monday, by the way, I went to the dentist, or the orthodontist, and I thought he was going to tell me I need like Invisalign, which his version is 3M. They do like the 3M Sure Smile. So I thought he was going to tell me I needed that, because that's what he told me another kid needed to do with kind of in the same situation. And he was like, actually, your teeth shifted too much. You need braces. So yeah, I'm getting braces. I have an appointment scheduled on Thursday, and I'm gonna have to be without a tooth for a while because the wire on the braces is gonna be too flimsy. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's Thursday. So teeth are clearly a big indicator of age, because I look 12, maybe 14, like if you're nice. I did end up getting to keep a tooth there, so they put a little like chain over it because this is fake, so they weren't gonna attach a bracket to that, but it's still attached to like my retainer, so it's still in like that flipper thing. But once my teeth shift enough, that probably won't work, so he'll take the tooth off and attach it to the braces. But yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, just ask me. I also forgot to mention that other than an implant, there's a couple other options, like a bridge, which a bridge is basically I'd have a fake tooth, like a crown, attached to a crown on this tooth and a crown on this tooth, but in order to do that, they have to shave down your like adult teeth and put a crown over them, which is awful because if something goes wrong, then you're stuck with 2 teeth that have crowns on them. So, or like if one of the teeth were to fall out, and then have to go to a crown on this one and have a double bridge, so it'd be kind of a mess. But yeah,